Hi guys, I am Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 15 children and bananas are cheap. So today we are going to go bananas and we're going to give you 4 of our favorite recipes for bananas. And then at the end of this video, I am going to also share a couple other things that we tend to do with our bananas to give us cheap snacks. Okay guys, first up for the recipes is banana ice cream. Yep, you heard that correctly, banana ice cream. So whenever our bananas are going to get brown, we put them in the freezer just on a tray like you just saw, and then we'll pull them off and throw them in a baggie. And so we are taking those bananas that have been frozen like that and just putting them into our food processor. So we throw a bunch of bananas in there, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of warm water on top of that, right through the top there until it's nice and creamy. And then just for flavor, I am going to add some vanilla. So we love this, and it is so simple ingredients, guys. And then you can top that with anything you'd like. We like chopped nuts. You can take some chocolate chips and like chop those up. You could put syrup on there. You could put like Hershey's syrup or caramel syrup or cherries or whipped cream or whatever you wanted to do. But anyhow, that is just such a simple, cheap dessert. On this day, I just threw a spoonful of peanut butter because who doesn't like bananas and peanut butter? They were very happy for this dessert. Okay guys, let's make some banana muffins. We like banana muffins for breakfast with scrambled eggs, or we like them for a snack, whatever you want to eat banana muffins for. My daughter is actually doing this recipe by herself. So we are going to start off with 12 bananas. So we have 12 bananas and 3 cups of sugar. We have 4 eggs, then 1 1/3 cups of oil. We are using some coconut in this one. You could melt it or not melt it. She's not melting it. She's going to whip it up with the handheld mixer, so it will be fine. If you were going to hand mix it, I probably would melt it first, just my favorite preference. We tend to use either avocado oil, coconut oil, or olive oil, and coconut oil seems to be our go-to. Sometimes we use lard as well. Avocado oil I really like. I tend to use that more for dressings, but they're all healthier oils than other types of oils that are available, like vegetable oil. I'm sure we all probably grew up on vegetable oil. It's just not the healthiest oil, not something that I want to be giving to my children if at all possible. We eat enough of it in processed foods, or like our chips and that type of stuff usually have sunflower oil, which sounds so pretty, doesn't it? But it's really not. So anyhow, now that we've had the oil spiel, we are going to mash this up. You can mash it up with a potato masher like we have here, or you can mash it up with a mixer. So once they're mashed up, we are going to add our flour. We're going to do 6 cups of flour here. Then we are going to add 4 teaspoons of baking powder and 4 teaspoons of baking soda. So this is going to make roughly 48 muffins. If you don't have a large family like me needing 48 muffins, well, how about you just make 48 muffins and put them in the freezer for your family? No, I'm only joking. Usually most of my recipes are times about 4. So you could take the recipe that I'm giving you, divide it by 4, and you will have the recipe that I have. So now we are going to add 4 teaspoons of 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 3 cups of chopped walnuts.
Yummy. Whoa, it is. Carefully you stir. Don't want to hit all the ingredients out.
Well, this is so really yummy, yummy. All right, go ahead and dump it.
So now we're going to do the topping for these, and it is going to be 3 cups of walnuts, 8 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 4 tablespoons of melted butter. So sometimes people ask me about how I change things up for my children with diabetes. And overall, I don't change things up for my children with diabetes because they are not type 2 diabetics. Type 2 diabetes can be changed a lot through your diet. Type 1 diabetes cannot. It's actually an autoimmune condition. I don't know why they call them both diabetes because they're very different, except for the fact that they change your blood sugar. So for us, I would just count what the carbs were for this, which most muffins, I would consider most muffins around 20 carbs, 18 to 20 carbs. So depending on how high or low she was, I would give her enough insulin to cover, or they would give themselves enough insulin to cover roughly 20 carbs. So I would probably serve something like this being eggs. So the eggs would be the main and this would be the side. So they would have like maybe eggs and greens and then a muffin on the side, or it would be used as a snack. We try to keep each meal to around 30 carbs because that's just a good number for us. I don't like to give too much insulin for a meal because then they can crash and yada yada yada. I'll go into that in another video. But now she is just taking that mix right there and she is going to put it in the muffin trays here. Sorry, the angle is really weird. She did it all herself. She's so good. So she's 10 years old. She did the recipe. She's starting to follow recipes quite well. I think it's important for children to learn all skills in life, and if they're interested in cooking, then they can learn cooking. So she is filling all of those, and then she's adding that topping that we just mixed with the walnuts on top of each of these. So the first portion was put in there, and now she's just putting the walnut topping on top, and it actually gave it a nice little crunch to it. I was quite surprised by that. They're so yummy. They came out darker than I thought that they would, but they taste really good. So I probably would have cooked them a little bit less, but they're delicious. So this is so simple and so fun, and you can do it a variety of ways. So basically you just take bananas that are starting to go brown and you would cut them in half and shove a popsicle stick on them. Then she's putting yogurt on these. You could also melt chocolate. You could also melt peanut butter. You could do whatever. Sorry guys, I didn't take enough video there to explain how to do this, so I'm just going to take a little tidbit right here to do that. I was with Azariah instead of taking videos, which was more important at the moment. So basically what you're doing is you were taking the banana, cutting it in half, putting a popsicle stick in it and rolling it around, or taking a spoon and wiping it, depending on who's doing it. They do it different ways. They did it in yogurt, and then they put it and you could have any type of toppings. You could roll that in nuts. You could roll it in, what they have there is they just took chocolate chips, threw them in the blender, food processor real quick, and then rolled it in that, and then you throw them back in the freezer and they become pops with like something on it, which is really yummy. And once you have them on a cookie tray, you throw them in the freezer, and then you're able to pull them out like an hour or so later, and then you can bag them up into Ziploc bags, and they come out great. And it's so easy, and it's something that the younger kids can do, so they enjoy it. There's so many different toppings that you could use on something like that. Yogurt is great. You could drizzle it with some what am I thinking? Different types of nuts. You could drizzle that with some melted peanut butter, melted chocolate. You could add some jelly on top, whatever you want to do. Think of all the things. You could use sprinkles, whatever you wanted to do. That's completely up to you. So yeah, that's a fun way to use up bananas. Okay guys, last recipe here before I give you my other tips about bananas, and that is going to be banana cookies. So we are going to have 2/3 cup of bananas. This is a smaller recipe. We were making it one time, so it would be like one snack for our family. So if you are a bigger family, I would times this times 4, but it should be small enough for some of you other families just to make once. But for us, this was one snack. We were whipping this up. We only had a banana and a half, so I wanted to use that real quick before it went bad, and we thought this would be a great snack for the kids. So we are taking about 2/3 cup or 1.5 bananas, well mashed, and then we melted 1 cup of butter. So that was melted on the stovetop. You could do it in the microwave, whatever you want to do. Then we're going to take 1 cup of brown sugar. Make sure you pack your brown sugar. Whose parents taught them how to pack brown sugar? I wonder why. I don't know. I think it's cool because it makes like this little mound, right? It makes these little castles, but is there really a thing behind it? It's like that story with the ham when the grandparent like cuts the ham off. Anyway, rattling on. So 2/3 cup of granulated sugar is going to be next. Then we're going to add a large egg. I wonder who decides, or how they measure out, who decides what a small, medium, or large egg is. Like, what's the standard? Things I think about. So she is adding 1 large egg, and then we're going to have 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You can add banana extract. You could add really anything. Sometimes I omit the extract because, let's face it, it's pretty expensive. So unless it needs to taste like vanilla, I don't necessarily put vanilla in there. Then we are going to mix that up to get all the lumps out. And okay, guys, now we're going to add our dry ingredients. We are going to add to this mixture flour. So we're going to add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So you'll see in this bowl she has the vanilla on top, which she ended up putting in after I said it. Actually, I voiced over it the wrong way. Anyhow, that's just vanilla. It's not some secret ingredient that I didn't tell you guys about. So she's going to put in the 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Then we're going to add cornstarch. You know what's really weird is here I have not been able to find those big bags. I used to be able to get them at Walmart. You could get like the big 25-pound bags of flour. I have not been able to find them here, which is very odd. Anyhow, we got flour. That's what counts. Now we're going to add, it's 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. She is using arrowroot instead of cornstarch because I don't think we have any cornstarch. I think I ordered some in though. Maybe it came in already. I'm not quite sure. Now I gotta go check. So 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Then we're going to add in half a teaspoon of baking powder. Oh, I didn't even say it. This is my other daughter. Another daughter. She is helping me out here, and she is making these for me. So baking powder, half a teaspoon. Baking soda, again, half a teaspoon, same amount. But such a blessing. We have had lots going on with Azariah, so I'm glad to have the help. I also feel it's really important that they learn how to be in the kitchen. So sometimes you just got to give them free rein. You got to be like, hey, yeah, can you make this recipe? And if they make mistakes, that's okay, because that's how we all learn in life, right? We all make mistakes. We burn things. It's not that big of a deal. So anyhow, we think that it's really important to encourage them to try different things and try new things, and it's good to learn from our mistakes and for our children to see us as adults making mistakes. So here we go. We are going to add some salt, so 3/4 teaspoon of salt and 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then we're going to mix that all up. You can use a whisk, you can use a mixer, whatever you want to use to mix that up, you go for it. And then we're just going to add, you can add 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. I like dark chocolate chips, but I'm not quite sure what we have. It just depends on what we have available, what I get at a good price. What is your favorite kind of chocolate chips? Do you like chocolate chips? Do you like chocolate chunks? Do you like mini chips? What are your favorites? That's one thing in the house that's sweet that I usually end up having. So, chocolate chips, 1.5 cups of chocolate chips, and then 1 cup of chopped walnuts. So now she's just going to put those onto the cookie tray. She's spraying that off, just taking about a ball, and then she's flattening the ball out rather than, that seemed to work better than to actually, because it's a thicker dough, than actually to plop it out. But you could plop it out if you wanted to as well, or use the back of a spoon, whatever works for you. She's going to flatten these out, and they were really good actually. We made them before years ago, and I don't know, I think I liked these ones better than the other ones that we made before. And now we have cookies to go on our field trip. Make sure you check out Large Family Adventures. That is our channel that's all about our adventures that we have as a large homeschooling family of 15. So other things that you might enjoy, that we enjoy, is to dehydrate bananas for banana chips. We would do that all the time. I don't have my dehydrator here. It actually wasn't working well, so I might end up buying another one, but we'll wait to see if I'm homesteading or what size dehydrator that I need. I might end up just getting one at the thrift store. So dehydrating them, you can also use them to make smoothies. So we just throw them in the freezer, have them in the freezer. So as soon as they start to go brown, we just throw them in a bag. We're good. We have product for any type of banana recipe that we really want to do. I hope these videos blessed you, and have a wonderful day.